Hey guys, this is another episode of Let's Play a Game, and today we're going to play a game called Peglin. You can get a little taste of the gameplay on the right of the screen. It's just a whole lot of pegs, much like Peggle, or pinball, I guess. And it's a little bit of an interesting mash. It's roguelike, and you play as Little Goblin. So I played a little bit of this game, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to stick as the normal goblin here, Peglin. You get a choice of 3 items here at the start, and we will see. I think probably this adventurine would be the best one for us. So our items here are going to be on the left. They just give us modifiers and combo with each other to make all kinds of wacky, fun combinations. And you start with 3 balls, and then this crit dag orb. And if you look on the bottom left sticky note there, there's a 2 next to a gray ball. That's just going to be our damage per bounce on one of those gray pegs. And should we hit one of those yellow exclamation points next to that 4, every bounce will be 4 damage instead, and that is a crit. Outside of that, we have these bombs here, which when hit twice, they'll do 50 damage to everybody on the screen. And then this R, that's the refresh. So once we bounce into these pegs, they disappear until they get refreshed again. We have some gold inside of those gray pegs. That's going to fund our little adventure here, so I'm going to work on getting more of that here in these early levels. These enemies here aren't going to be too dangerous. I'm going to try to make my bounces as fruitful as possible. We didn't take any damage there on that first run, but we have a whole map ahead of us. So on this map here, you can see all kinds of different routes we can take, and these dotted lines represent the 2 paths we get to take every time. And looks like we have a choice between 2 random ones. Now those don't seem too significant, so I guess I'll go wherever chance takes me. Now it reads that we reach a clearing with a strange amount of crows circling above. I don't think much of it until they start to drop pebbles on me. And those are the little stone basic balls. You know what? I think normally I'd consider otherwise, but screw it. Let's just pick up these pebbles. Now most random encounters give you those choices of pick one but lose another, or run away. Looks like there's these harder slime variants already, this blue one. And some balls have unique mechanics, actually a lot of them. This one is extra crit damage, but per shot it doesn't really do a whole lot itself. Unfortunately, it looks like our refresh things are on terrible sides there, so I'll have to waste a turn on that. Okay, we're just gonna soak some damage in the meantime. Now, one thing that I think you would notice is how, not quite sure how to describe it, tactile, I suppose, and crisp the sounds are. They are really good at just showing how much impact everything has, and it's something that is often missed in a lot of games. You don't quite notice it until it takes away from the game, for example. The sound of picking up gold coins and the pops of hitting these pegs. The crash of these pegs, orbs rather, hitting enemies is just really nice. So there's all kinds of variations. I'm not going to get too much into. I'm not quite sure with all of them, but it's just something to keep note of and be on your toes about. They all will, for the most part, take damage just from your balls or orbs or whatever you want to call them. There can come times where you're mobbed like this. This is when you really want to get those bombs. As you can see, I just wiped out so much HP. And I think I'll go ahead and just hold on to my pebbles. Oh no. Okay, I'm trying to just get this shop here. There we go. Now let's see what options we have. Additional crit, that sounds pretty nice, but I think a pebble themed excursion here would be quite comedic. This is the start of the game that you get all those pebbles. So just adding way more than what I need is goofy. I'll explore that a little bit. There's a lot of cool combos you can have. Interesting items that encourage a lot of different playstyles. There's debuffs and buffs, mechanics that you can mash together. Now, a few things I wanted to comment about in this game is it's just another one of those cool and just unobtuse kind of games you can waste a few hours on. Each run will only take about 45 minutes to an hour, especially as you're learning it. So, if anything, that's a perfect choice of playtime. And each run doesn't really do much to interfere with other ones. It is a roguelike, but sort of roguelike. I don't know what exactly the difference between roguelite and roguelike is, but that is a feature that isn't too prevalent as compared to other roguelikes. Each one is fairly well contained. better or for worse. But for a very simple concept, it's done remarkably well. Looks like my refreshes are not a super great spot. The developers here clearly had a lot of passion on making this game. There's all kinds of puns and like ball and orb shoved in words, like reorbanizer here instead of reorganizer, and ecorb, infernorb, ruborb. And you can just see the very awesome art style they put in everything. This here is just a chest that will give us a little extra. This one's also a chest as well. This would be as well. So we got fairly lucky there. I'm just picking whatever sounds good at the moment. Not really thinking too deeply. Now, I believe this game costs only like $20 on Steam, barring a sale or anything like that. Definitely recommend it if you have the money and maybe there's a sale. Absolutely consider picking it up. It's just a few hours of dumb fun, if nothing else. And it's relaxing in a sort of way, just seeing the combos. I don't want to say mindlessly clicking away, but it's not nearly as involved as other games are if you don't want it to be. Could be taking it slow, measuring out each one of my shots here, but I'd rather just chill and not think too hard. Glass half ball, that looks really cool. Just the sprite design and everything has so much color. Okay. Increase my max health by 15. And here is the final level boss. It's a little mole guy. And what I know about this guy here is that he sits on the other end of this tree here and will burrow over just to attack me. He uses his tree as a shield, which is why it has so much health. I would have liked to hit that bomb there, but oh well. Now these crits seem to shift every turn. Each one of my ball throws counts as a turn. Ooh, got a bomb there. Oh yeah, so I get a 6 HP reload. 100 128 damage here, and the bomb. That was quite big. Okay, we got one more bomb as well. This is getting much closer than I thought it would be. But I think we will be just fine. Oh no. Okay, I can only hope that that's infection there. Oh, we got a bomb. Okay, we are all good. So, oh, it looks like we healed all the way. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's because we went to another level. Provides explosive force. Okay. That'll be interesting with the bouncy aspect. Why don't we do that? So there's 3 layers to this dungeon. So we start out in the woods, and then we make it to this castle. Then after that, I believe there's an underground mine. We fight against these knights here instead of slimes this time around. Oh my gosh. I'm not quite sure if it's the level or maybe an explosive force item, but a whole lot of damage is happening now. His shield blocked it. So like I said, all these enemies have their own different things to them. Back onto the topic of just video games and games in general, I just like to take a second just to appreciate the sheer passion that they put into everything. Like, if you look on the background here, they designed a whole little arena with like a bookcase, pictures. And it's all for something I am gonna see for quite literally minutes. Here is interesting. I can remove all my orbs, which I think I might just do. And then it gives us Ouroboros, or I think it's supposed to be Ouroboros, but the pun is a small passageway. So you have this ball here. I'm not quite sure if it's much better than my other ones, but here's the one. We are not doing too great here. I'm not sure if this Ouroboros thing was a good call. I would like to hit one of these bombs here. Okay, we did just that. Maybe we can make it out of this level. Be okay. God, it's just fun watching that whiz around like that. Rub orb. Extra bouncy. Let's see that. And obviously a heal. We have plenty of money. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. Not quite sure how you can poison a mirror, but I guess that's video game logic for you. Oh, and then another rub orb. So we're burning a lot of cash here, but I feel like we're gonna go down soon if I'm being quite honest. We have this mini boss coming up. Heal 2 every time the board is refreshed. Oh, this looks like the Mirror Knight from Dark Souls. He reflects a little bit of damage back at me. I'm not quite sure how to describe this, but sure do hope I do. There we go. Well, that was just a little jaunt through Peglin. And it's a really cool game. It's not quite on the full release version, but I do think it's a good game with the way it is now. It certainly feels complete. And I'd like to thank your time that you spent on watching this video, and thanks for listening to me ramble once again. I look for more cool games to show you guys, but for now that's going to be it. Thank you for spending time with me today. Have a good one.